everyone. So in today's video we are going to see the next data type in the Python programming, that is set data type. So here we go. So before starting with the set data type, please remember these are some theoretical things. We are also going to see the working how these all things works in a set data type in the Python programming. So here we go. If you know about that, in the in the dictionary video I have told you that the working of the declaration part of set and the dictionary is same, but there is a little difference. So here I would like to tell you that so in the dictionary data type, whenever we create a dictionary, in the dictionary we need to assign the keys and the value for that particular keys and values. But in the set data type, we only need to mention the values. It is not in the set data type we are not mentioning any key. So here we go with the creating empty set. So empty set, here I will give comment as an empty set again. So we are going to see how to create the set. To create the set, just write the set name. So here I will create a set as a data and is equal to and opening curly brace and closing curly brace. So I will print the type of this particular data, particular variable. For that I'm writing here type, and under the bracket I'm just assigning that particular variable. I'm checking whether this comes under the set class or not. Save the file, I run the program. So as you can see here, the whatever the data variable I have created, it comes under the dictionary. It means this is not a set. It has created the dictionary. Okay. To create the set, what you have to do, just remove this curly braces and mention here as a set function. Right here as a just set. And once again save the program, run the file. So as you can see here we have successfully created the set in the Python programming. Okay, it is really very simple to create the set. So in this way you can create the set. So we are going to see assign values in the set. So I write here assign values. So here we go. I am creating another variable called suppose data1, and I will create it as a set, and I am going to assign values in the set. What you have to do, just write the set name, whatever whatever you have created. Here I have created the set as a data1, and I'm using dot add to assign values in the set. So just write here dot 1 and assign the values. So here I would like to tell you that whenever you want to assign values in the set, at a time you can assign only one value. If you want to assign multiple values in the set, you can use for loop. Again you can use looping statement there. So suppose here I have added the integer value. So now I'm going to add the floating value, suppose 2.6, sorry 12.6, and here I will add as a suppose take hat. Again suppose here again I will add number as a suppose 100. Save the file, run the program. So as you can see here in the set, it is not restricted to you to add values only of same data type. You can add values of any data type in a one set. So as you can see here we have added 100 again it is of integer type, 1 is also integer type, this is floating type, and this is a string which we have added in the set. So I would like to tell you that in the set data type, duplicates values are not allowed. Duplicates values are not allowed means what? So as you can see here I have added 100 one time. So I will copy this, and again I want to add 100. Suppose 3 times I have added here 100, and we are going to see what we are getting in the output. Okay, as you can see here it has removed the duplicate value, and it has just printed one time 100, just only one time 100. Set is a mutable data type. Mutable data type means what? Where once you have created the set, you are able to add, remove element in that particular set in the mutable data type. Okay, in the mutable data type. But in the set you can also create immutable data type. To create immutable data type, what you have to do, so in immutable what you are doing, just opposite of mutable. So you are not allowed to remove element in that set, you are not able to add some extra element in that set. So we are going to see how to do that. We are using one function, or you can say one keyword, that is frozen set, to make that particular set as a immutable. Suppose I will create here another set. Suppose I will create here as a data2 is equal to, just write here as a frozen set. Okay, once you create frozen set, after that what you have to do, just give the simple brackets. Under the simple bracket, just give the square bracket. Under the square bracket you can assign value. So suppose I will assign here as 100. Whenever I want to add any additional values, or I don't want to remove that particular values in the set, at that time you can use frozen set keyword to make that particular set as a immutable. First of all, I'm going to print here this set, suppose data2, and I'm going to add one extra element in this data2. So process is same to add the element. Just write the variable name, that is set name dot add, and under the add, suppose here I want to add 400. Save the file, run the program. So as you can see here, we are getting error here. We cannot add an extra elements in the set whenever you use frozen set, whenever you make that particular set as immutable. So you can also see here they are given warning. Now we are going to see how to copy element from one set into the another set. So we are going to see how to copy. So I will write here as a copy elements. Okay, I write here as a copy set. So I want to copy. So here I have created data3 as a set, and I'm going to copy data1 values into the data3 set. So for that, to copy the element from one set into the another set, you can use function as a set. Under the set function, you just need to write the set source set. Source set means what? From which set you want to copy, which set you want to copy. So here I will write here as a set, and I want to copy the values of data1 set into the data3 set. Suppose I will write here as a data1, and under the print I am writing here as a, for our acknowledgement, I will write here as a values of set data, and we are going to see whether it is giving me output or not. So save the file, again run the program. As you can see here, whatever the values are present in the dataset 1 are just copied into the dataset 3, just copied into the another set. So in this way you can copy the values. So if you want to update particular value, or if you want to update your set list here, suppose here I want to enter the 200. So for that what you have to do, just write the set name, that is data3 dot update, and under the update what you have to do, just under the update, just as you can see here, whatever the values are present in the dataset 1 are just copied into the dataset 3, just copied into the another set. So in this way you can copy the values. So if you want to update particular value, or if you want to update your set, data set name dot update, simple bracket, under the simple bracket write the square bracket, under the square bracket just mention the name or the variable data items which you want to add. Suppose I want to add here 200 and suppose 400. Save the file. So I'm going to print this data set here. So as you can see here, I have added 200 and 400. So I'm getting my 200 here and 400 here. So in this way, if you want to update your set, you can update this. Now we are going to see how to remove element in the set. So here we go. There are three ways you can remove element. First of all, using remove method or a function. Second one is discard, and third one is the pop. Okay, when you can use a remove method. Suppose this is my list and you want to remove 200. Okay, you know that the 200 is present in your list is not empty, and you have fixed in your mind that I want to remove this 200. At that time you can use a remove method. Okay, so we are going to see how to use this remove method. So I will write here as a data3 dot remove, and under the remove I will write here as a 200, and I'm just printing my list. So as you can see here I have removed 200, and after using the remove method, you can see the 200 gets removed from my set. If you want to remove, suppose I will write here as a data 3 and I want to remove the element which is not present in my list. Suppose 1000. 1000 is not present in my list. So I will run the program. Here we must get the error. So we are going to see. So as you can see here, we are getting error whenever that particular element which you want to remove is not present in the list. At that time you are getting error. So whenever you are using the discard, it doesn't matter whether elements are present in your list or not. To use discard method, again write the set name dot discard. Under the discard 500. As you can see here, 500 is not present in my list. So I'm trying to remove 500, and once again I'm printing my set values. So here I will try to discard. Okay, save the file, run the program. As you can see here, 500 is not present in my list, but still it is not throwing any error. But whenever you use here a remove method, it will throw error that that particular variable or a particular element which you want to remove from the set is not present. Whenever you want to remove some random element in your set, then you can make use of pop. Suppose for that what you have to do, just write the set name. That is, here I am writing data1 dot pop. Under the pop method, under the pop method, don't write any element name. So here I will write here as a using pop, and I will print here data1. Okay, sorry, data1. Save the file and run the program. As you can see here, this is my original data1 set, and after performing the pop operation, this is my changed data set. So as you can see here, from my list 100 got randomly 100 got deleted from my set. So in this way you can make use of pop function whenever you want to remove any random element from the set. So thank you for watching my video. Keep supporting.